Hi, my name is Rosalie Desmond and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Australia. Today I'm going to show you how I've made this cute little Christmas sour cream treat box using the Petite Treats Framelit dies. So the little treat box is, as you can see compared to my hand, is quite small. It's approximately 12 centimeters from the top to the bottom. Now what I've done is I've used the Petite Treats Framelit dies, which come like this. And you have the main part of the framelit, which gives you all the creases for folding, and then the top of the treat framelit you can place all these different toppers. So for this one I've used the circle or half circle topper. With this one you've got a double, it's almost a double circle, but it's in the shape of the top of a love heart. Or you can use a straight one. If you use the straight one you can also cut out on a coordinating piece of paper these cute little scalloped edges. We could probably even use it with this, and you just simply cut it out in a different color and then it gives you a way to decorate it. Might even use it this time and see what it looks like. And then to make the tag I have used this die from the Framelit set out of some Whisper White and a 1 3/4 punch to cut out the circle, and I've layered it up. So I'm going to grab another piece of designer series paper from the All Is Bright designer series paper set, and I'm going to, I'll do the same topper. And all we do is we just click these bits into place. Click these pieces into place and we pop it through the big shot. So I've cut that out. And it gives me the main part of my treat. And then all I do is there's some little marks just here. I'll just pinch those in, and then there's some marks. There's a mark, be hard for you to see, just here. And just here. And just here. So I'm just pinching those in slightly. Then I'm going to grab some of my Tombow liquid glue. I'm just going to run it just down the edge here. Now you can also use some tear and tape, but I do like my liquid glue. Then I'm going to pop some glue just in here. All the way down. I'm just going to hang on to that for a moment just to let the glue take, and then just pinching the top here. Now, as I said before, I'm going to use these little bits here just to do a bit of decoration. I've grabbed a bit of scrap from the gold foil card, and I will run this through the Big Shot. Okay, so I've pulled them out of the framelit. I'm just going to add some liquid glue just along this edge here. I need to hold that down just to let the glue take again. I like liquid glue because it gives me wiggle room. However, it also means I need to be a little bit more patient than what I would be if I was using another sort of glue. Now, while this decoration is not necessary, it just dresses it up a little bit. The stamp set I've used for this project is the Better Together stamp set. Now, the Better Together stamp set actually covers a whole range of occasions, including Christmas. So I'm going to use the Merry Christmas stamp set. I'm going to use the Merry Christmas sentiment, and I'm going to use a couple of the stars just to give it a bit of colour. Using some scrap Whisper White and some real red ink. First of all, I'm going to stamp up the sentiment, and then I find it easier if I then cut it out because it's a very tight fit. So I'm going to go cut that out, and then I'll come back and decorate it with the stars. Okay, so I've cut that out, and now I'm going to add, using Garden Green, I'm going to add some stars. And the stars just give me a little bit of colour. And for the other one, I'll grab real red. Using a scrap piece of real red cardstock and the 1 3/4 inch circle punch, just going to cut out a circle. Grabbing a piercing mat and a piercing tool. The gold mini sequins, I'll grab a small piece of that, chop it off where I'm happy. And I'll use the dimensionals to hold it in place where I want it. So the dimensionals not only holding the sequins down for me, it's also going to raise the sentiment up above the circle, which was the look I was after. Pop it where I want it. Just making a small hole in my circle, which I'm going to be threading some ribbon through. I'm going to do something similar to the top of my treat packet. And I'm using the 1/8 inch ribbon and I'm going to thread that through. Now the hole that I've made is actually quite tiny. But I found because I'm using the 1/8 ribbon, I'm able to thread it through. You just sort of bend the ribbon in half and feed it through. And if you have any trouble, another trick I figured out was to use the piercing tool and kind of push the end of the ribbon through. As you can see, it just pokes it through enough for me to pull through. Now I can make this as, you know, big or as little as I like. I could leave a bow there if I wanted to. I kind of like to have it just a little bit loose. Bit painful watching me tie a bow. We'll see how we go. So I'm just actually tying a knot. This one I'm doing a lot shorter than I did the last one, but and then trim off any excess ribbon. And there we go. We have our second little sour cream treat box. So with this first one, I've used some gold embossing powder and heated that up and embossed the Merry Christmas. Whereas the one I've just made now, I've kept it with regular ink and done a little bit more of a decoration on both sides. So that's not sealed, but it's being held together quite well, which means I can fill it at a later date, or if I pinch it down enough, it's just sitting there, which means when someone comes to sit at the table or wherever I've got it, they can just go like that and get out whatever treats you've put in. So you put in small toys or lip balm or some small lollies, whatever it is that you're wanting. Now, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you've been enjoying my videos. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and I will catch you next time. Until then, happy crafting.